Alright, here we've done yet another F1 blog, and today I want to talk about F104W, the wide car with the big old tires, the old school wolf car, painted up Marlboro style. The interesting thing I guess about the wide car, you know, now they have the 80s, the late 80s cars, and the McLarens, and the Ferrari. This here is a Wolf car. This is kind of a TCS thing, I guess. You're allowed to run this car, this wide car, with the kit rubber tires that come with it, which is sort of an intriguing idea because the narrow car, you know, the tires are a lot better, but the width of this car there's a lot to be said for that wider car. You know, the F103 is definitely very superior to the F104, the narrow F104, just because of the width. That alone makes it way faster. So, as you can see, this car has the 70s style rubber tires on there. The rears are pretty soft. The fronts are not as soft. They're kind of stiff. The carcass is kind of a thick carcass on there. But anyway, the big thing for me was trying to get the car to turn more. I haven't driven this car yet. I sent it out to a couple friends of mine, Don and Lee, out there in California, and because they tried the car out for me. We were trying to figure some stuff out, and you know, because they have the asphalt tracks, and especially in the wintertime, and they told me the car pushed, which I guess you kind of expect, because like I said, the rears are fairly soft, the fronts are pretty stiff. So thinking about that, the thing I thought to do, you know, first off, the car comes with normally the regular front end, the regular F103 front end. This is the Link type front end with the movable upper arms. Most of the time I found the Link front end steers more, so that's what I'm going to try here, is to run the Link front end. This is all kind of like preliminary ideas, maybe to sort of make the car work a little better. We'll see. But the preliminary idea was we'll run the Link front end. That usually makes the car steer a little more. Also, the standard steering arms on the car. You know, a lot of times when you're trying to calm the car down, you can run the offset, the 3.5mm offset steering arm. In this case, we're going to run the regular steering arm. That usually makes the car a little more reactive, a little more steering maybe. I know I actually talked to Lee and his dad, and they said they thought at times the offset steering block had more steering. I don't know. Then again, Lee's probably a better driver than I am, so he might be right. But I usually do like to go with the standard steering block. Also, this is the all fiberglass chassis. The only parts I have actually connected to the upper plate, here and here, here and here, nothing here and nothing here, even though on the bottom the screws are in for the posts to hold the radio trays on. That's because we want the car to flex more. In general, is to pick up more traction. You can actually see the car flex a little bit. Probably not super apparent. Maybe that's a little better. Anyway, but that's what we're trying to do there. And of course, the high traction T-bar versus the other T-bars, because you know, I was just actually post on the internet. I find that the high traction T-bar with the cutout, it lets the car twist more here side to side. You know, obviously you have that front to back movement, but the side to side movement is even more important to me, because that's what makes the car wrap or rotate the corner. So that's fairly important too, I think, to get the car to steer even more. You know, you can. I usually think that the more you loosen up the center, the more the car will rotate. And actually, you know, like with this T-bar, wanting the car to maybe try to rotate more, I would actually run. They give you 2 O-rings that'll go on your center screw here. With this particular T-bar, they have the outer O-ring and the inner O-ring. I would just run the inner to make it even floppier, to really make the thing, you know, turn back and forth. Most definitely. I don't like, you know, some guys say, oh, run a stiffer center spring. Well, I don't like that so much. I like that because it just kind of makes the car stiff, and it almost wants to hop over some of the bumps, which is bad because this car's long and it hops anyway. Or it will hop if it's too stiff front to back. But the other thing too is it has like an on-power steering, but it's more of an on-power steering that makes the car skid a lot, and that usually doesn't work out so good. You really want the car more to flow through the turn versus skid through the turn. And then also, you know, the front, right now I have the black springs on, which is usually the way to start. But I'm thinking you probably could run gold up here, or maybe even whatchamacallit, maybe you could run the silvers. I don't know. You know, it remains to be seen what you could get away with as far as that goes. But those are the main things about trying to, you know, with this car. I'm gonna hopefully be able to run this thing in the next couple weeks on asphalt and sort of get an idea if it's even a feasible thing here. So I think the other thing too is these tires probably need to be prepared in some way to soften them up, at least the fronts maybe. I don't know what that's going to wind up being. It's hard to say right now because I don't know. You know, it's not like a regular rubber. It's kind of a funky rubber. I don't know if it's like vinyl or something or what it is. But sometimes, you know, you can find something that'll make the tires a little stickier or a little softer. So I'll be trying all the traction compounds and see what will do what. But like I said, if you can get the thing to work, I think it would be a pretty big advantage, just because to me that's the way, you know, the way forward is a wide car if you can make the tires work. You know, the other thing too is also it would remain to be seen how well the tires will last in the heat. You know, they might be better in the cooler weather, and then, you know, or maybe they'll be better in the heat. It's hard to say. So it's a little bit of stuff to try out, but I'm going to definitely try 2 cars. You know, I'll have the regular narrow car, and I think I'm going to have the wide car, and just see what works out. And that's all for the F104W for some TCS racing. I mean, otherwise, you know, if you're going to run foam tires, I think it's, you know, like, this would be pretty sweet as well. But for rubber tires, we'll have some research to do, basically.